Hello, guys. Thank you so much for being part of my channel. To all my returning subscribers, I'm so happy to meet you once again. This is your girl, Nurse Abena, a psychiatric nurse in the Republic of Ireland. But just as I always say, that I am a proud Ghanaian. Guys, today we're not talking about Ireland. We're going straight to the United States of America. And I have a beautiful sister with me. She's so lovely and so up to her task that there is no day you call her and she wouldn't attend to you. Guys, I'm so happy to be here today with my lovely sister Priscilla. She's also a fellow Ghanaian practicing in the United States of America. I wouldn't take so much time. I just want us to know her. She's doing so much for a lot of people in relocating, in becoming US registered nurses. So if you're interested, this session is actually for you. So guys, welcome once again. So Priscilla, I wouldn't take so much time. Please let us know you. My viewers just can't wait to hear from you.
Okay, thank you very much for having me on your channel. First of all, my apologies for my voice. I'm down with a little flu or common cold.
So sorry.
But hopefully you can hear me. My name is Priscilla Kuma. I originally come from Ghana. I've naturalized and currently an American on paper. I am a registered nurse. Yeah, I'm a registered nurse who's trained in Ghana and practice in New York State, USA.
Wow.
I'm the lead consultant of what you see here. I always carry my brand wherever I go. So my brand is USRN Pathway Consult. And I'm the lead consultant. So basically, if you're a nurse, a registered nurse, to be clear, if you're a registered nurse who schooled outside the US, an international registered nurse who wants to work in USA, if you're a psychiatric nurse, if you're a midwife, or if you're a general nurse, we are able to help you to come work in US.
Perfect. So, Priscilla, okay, so let me just ask, is it just those who are yet to get out of their countries that they want to get to US that you only help, or you also help fellow nurses, international nurses who already relocated to other countries? Let's say me, I'm in Ireland already practicing as an Irish psychiatric nurse, and I want to come to US. Your consult can help me out.
Yes, so you fall under that category of an international nurse because you don't live and work in USA. So anybody who's schooled outside USA, you are an international nurse. If you are already in America, either you came here through marriage or you came here through school, and you schooled outside the US, you are still an international nurse. Okay. If you did not school in the US, everybody who schooled outside US is an international nurse. We can work with you. Yes.
Lovely. So guys, immediately after the session, and you want to know more about being a registered nurse in US, Priscilla is the best for you. Just slide into her channel. So I'll be adding her channel link to the description of this video, so you can just slide into her channel and interact with her. She's ready to help you out. So Priscilla, on what pathway did you actually take to get to the US as a registered nurse? What were the things that were involved?
Okay, so I have said severally. By the way, I also have a YouTube channel, and the name is basically Priscilla Kuma, as you can see on the screen. Yeah. I have shared my journey on that channel for about 3.5 years. And I came to the USA through my spouse. I came here on a marriage visa or a spousal visa. I did not come to USA through nursing. So on that channel, I shared how I worked as a nursing assistant for 2 years because I did not know that you can actually do the whole process while living outside USA. If I had known that you can do it, I would have done that and skipped the 2-year waiting period that I had to.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So being able to go through the health assistance training before getting onto the nursing track, what was actually involved?
So for me, already before I left Ghana, I was already a PNO, principal nursing officer. And I know. Sorry, I think I was already a senior nursing officer. Senior nursing officer.
Okay. SNO.
Principal nursing officer. That is quite a higher rank. And I already gathered about 7 to 8 years nursing experience back then. So when I came to the US, all that was listed on my resume, and then it was just easy for me to get a job in a hospital. I did not go to a nursing assistant school or take a nursing assistant. So I just got a job in a hospital. It was because I already have a background of being a nurse, so I just went directly into nursing aid, and I did that for close to 2 years before I took the NCLEX and passed.
Okay, so how then can an international nurse also become a registered nurse in US? A typical example, me or a fellow nurse in Ghana, in Nigeria, Kenya, watching us from anywhere. How can somebody in such a category also end up being a registered nurse in US?
Okay, so first of all, you have to ensure that you are a registered nurse, meaning you have gone to an accredited program, either a
Okay.
3 year program or a 4 year program,
Okay.
and you are awarded a bachelor's or an
Mhm.
associate, a diploma,
Okay.
which is also called an associate, and you
Okay.
have taken a certified license examination for your home country to be called a nurse. There is
All
a
right.
difference in going to nursing school.
Mhm.
You are a nursing school grad. It's
Mhm.
different from taking the board and being a registered nurse.
The licential
So
exams.
some
Yeah.
exactly. So some people go to nursing school and don't take the license to practice. They are just a
Mhm.
nursing school graduate. I know in some countries like UK, there's no essential you take. After you're done with nursing school, you're giving your pin and you move on. But there should
Okay.
be a nursing license or a pin number associated with your name from the nursing council
Okay.
responsible for issuing that to the country where you schooled.
I see.
Then you can go ahead and call yourself a registered nurse. There are
Yeah.
different categories of nurses, but we and my consults we basically deal with registered nurses, who are general
Okay.
nurses, psychiatric
Mhm.
or mental health nurses, and midwives. So first of
Midwives.
all,
Okay.
be a registered nurse in that category. Have the
Mhm.
interest to relocate. Have the
Okay.
patience to go through the process.
I
And the
see.
rest of it, yeah, you need that patience because it's a long,
Yeah.
lengthy process. The rest of it is paperwork and then
Mhm.
writing NCLEX and passing NCLEX and getting job with an employer. This has been,
Oh,
but it can take you 3 to 4 years to get all
I
that.
know, right? Okay,
So,
so let's look at how and are you able to assist international nurses through their preparation for NCLEX? So it means that any international nurse trying to get through the US route, at what point should the person go in for IELTS or straight up to NCLEX?
okay, so for you to be able to work in USA, you can either do that through three means. Three
Okay.
means. The first one is you trying to figure out the whole process by yourself and doing
Mm-hmm.
it all by yourself, which is
Okay.
very hard to do. The second one is you
Mm.
going to an agency and letting them do it for you. The third
Okay.
one is reaching out to a consult like mine. I am not an agency,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a consult. We guide you through the process. So if
Okay.
you decide to go through an agency, some of them would cater for some of the cost for you. And then at the end, when you get a job, you're on contract, they bond you for 2.5, 3 years before you can free yourself after that. On the other hand,
Okay.
when it comes to a consult like mine, USRN Party Consult, it's a strictly self-sponsorship process. You pay all your bills, you fund it all by yourself by paying out of pocket. And then
Okay.
when you're done,
Mm-hmm.
you are free to search for job with your NCLEX result. And then you are able
Okay.
to bargain how much they should pay you because you would have a lot of
Oh,
interviews lined up. And
okay.
you are an asset to them. They did not
Mm-hmm.
invest in you. You paid all your bills throughout the whole process. So
Yeah.
you determine how much they pay you. And if this one is paying
Okay.
something at a low balling price
Mm-hmm.
and you don't like it, you can easily move to the next one. Whereby
Oh,
when you
okay.
go to the agency, you are under contract before you even start the
Mm-hmm.
process. Whatever they're
Mm-hmm.
offering you, you have no choice. You can't
You
challenge
have
the
no
price
choice.
they're going
Okay.
to give you.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
that is
see. I see. So it means that the individual has the capacity to make this decision, either to self-sponsor or to allow an agency to sponsor them. Fair
yes.
enough. I think that is something Ireland is also trying to do. Sponsor yourself. You get in, pass your OSCE or adaptation, and refund, or they actually pay all the expenses for you to come in. That's not bad. So now let's look at if you are going with an agency and you happen not to pass the NCLEX, what happens to such a candidate?
So every agency has its own terms and conditions. I will not be
Okay.
able to say categorically what it is. Some of them will ask you to refund. Some of them will let you go. Some of them will give you a chance to write it again. But the second time you write
Okay.
it, then you have to pay for it yourself. So
Okay.
they also have their pros and cons. And if they're asking
Oh,
you for a
see.
refund, that's gonna be a lot of debt on your head. So you don't even want
Mm-hmm.
to get to that
Mm-hmm.
point of writing and failing before you
Yeah.
get to an exam center. The centers are very scarce. There's only one in the whole of Africa as we
Mm-hmm.
speak, as we make this video. So for you
Okay.
to get to that point, the lot has been invested and you don't want to go there and fail.
Exactly.
I
Mm-hmm.
have an NCLEX academy where we prepare nurses. You don't necessarily
Okay.
have to enroll with my consults. You can be
Okay.
with an agency, you can be doing your own thing somewhere. But if you
Mm-hmm.
need an institution, you can come to us. And I highly recommend an
Okay.
institution because the American nursing is very different from what we are
Mm-hmm.
used to. Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually the next thing I was going to talk about. How is nursing in America? At least
This is the
you practiced for so many years in Ghana and then finally got to US. Did some healthcare for about 2 years before finally getting back on track as a registered nurse. What can you say about nursing in United States?
nursing in America is very, very, very different from what most
Oh
people
my
are
god.
doing. The good thing is that the nurse has an
Uh-huh.
autonomy and the nurse is
Okay.
respected.
Mm-hmm.
You are able to do a lot more. The
Okay.
doctors actually listen to you. You make recommendations to a team. You feel like you're a team player. But the
Okay.
doctors rely highly, highly on your judgment. The doctors rely
Okay.
highly, highly on your recommendations and your inputs because you spend 24/7 by the bedside of the patient. So
I
they
see.
actually respect your opinion and they value you as a team member. Nursing
Okay.
in the UK is very different. You know, most of the shifts are 12 hours. That ends up being 13 by the time
Okay.
we go out. It's very technology invested. There are so many
Okay.
gadgets,
I see.
so many gadgets that even
Of course.
the software system, the charting system
Uh-huh.
is all computer based. The gadgets at the
Okay.
bedside is all computer based. There are robots that stay
Mm-hmm.
and watch patients. There are so many
Mm-hmm.
things that are that you'd have to be
Okay.
trained to be able to use.
Okay. To use them.
It's
Mm.
very different. It's very very different. It's intense.
Wow.
It takes a whole toll on the body as well because you're running
I
up and down
see.
for 13 hours on your feet without taking a break, especially when you're at
Okay.
the bedside. Yeah. So nursing in
Okay.
the US
So
is very
let's in Ireland, I'll see that from the staff nurse level, you are likely, depending on the company you're working with, whether you are in the government sector or in the private sector, here the health service executive, which is the HSC, the governing body for the government hospitals, there is a salary scale. So specifically in Ireland, your salary depends on the years of experience you are bringing from your home country. So these years that you have, like you, that you had 8 years back home before relocating, if you were bringing your 8 years to Ireland, your salary would have started from the 8 years experience that you have. How is it like in US?
Hmm. So mind you, America is a very huge country, and
Okay.
every state is like a country on its own. Every
Okay.
state has its own state laws and rules. So
Okay.
what applies to New York will not apply to Florida. The
I
taxes
see.
New
I
York
see.
deducts, Florida will not deduct that taxes. So based
Oh,
on that, there are so many factors that affect salary. Based
okay.
on that, a nurse in Florida is earning way less than a nurse in New
Mhm.
York. The nurse in
Okay.
New York is earning
Okay.
higher, but the taxes the nurse in New York pays is nothing compared to the taxes you pay in Florida or Texas. So one
Okay.
person cannot tell you what the
Mhm.
salary is. Two nurses from the same school employed the same day
Okay.
on the same unit will earn different salaries.
Different salaries.
Two
Okay.
nurses employed the
Okay.
same day, employed the same day, would not earn
Mhm.
the same salary, and it's where you wouldn't even know what your colleague is. There's no skill that everybody knows. Oh, because you finished school this year.
Oh,
No, no,
yeah.
it does not
Oh,
work like
okay.
that at all.
Okay.
And for an
Okay. Okay.
international nurse, they know the nursing
Mhm.
out there from your home country is entirely different. They do
Yeah.
not really put that in consideration because you have 8 years nursing as a foreign nurse, so they are going to put you
Okay.
at that level. You have to come and prove
Mhm.
yourself and then earn a spot up there.
Okay.
Some
Okay.
facilities will consider it, but they're going to invest a lot, about 3 to 6 months training you, and
Mm.
because the nursing is entirely different. The gadgets and the
Okay.
things here are
Yeah.
not what you are used to, even in the UK. So they will still come
I
back and train
see.
you. And
Wow.
some of them
Wow.
will consider the years experience, but some of them will not. In my
Mm.
case, I was
You're
lucky that
not.
they considered my years of experience, but
Oh, I
you
see.
also have to bargain for that as well.
Good.
How to
Perfect.
bargain as a nurse for how much you are paid. If you don't bargain, you'll be lowballed.
Oh, then I think nurses needs to learn how to bargain before
Yeah.
as part of their relocation process. You need to learn how to bargain so you can really bargain with your employer very well. But before I let you go, Priscilla, can you please tell us cost of living as a registered nurse in US?
So once again, cost of living will boil down to the state you are in and the city
Okay.
that you are living in. Somebody living in
Uh-huh.
the big city, like let's say for New York for instance, somebody living in New York City, their cost of living is extremely high because you're getting a small
Mm-hmm.
studio for about $3,000 $4,000 a month. Yes, yes. So you don't expect that person's cost of living should be
Uh-huh.
the same as somebody living in upstate New York. Upstate New York is
Yeah.
the cost of living is lower. So
Okay.
now I'm on a platform where nurses are all venting because one job is
Mm-hmm.
not cutting it, one job is not paying the bills, so they have to pick up other remote jobs or second jobs or second side hustles
Okay.
to be able to
Yeah.
make ends meet. So
I
the cost of
see.
living, it varies. It depends on where you live.
Okay, okay, okay. I think when it comes to for Ireland, is the same thing that is applicable here. Where you are, the county where you are also determines the cost of living, especially if you are in the city or you are in the countryside. I think this thing actually cut across and everywhere. So, Priscilla, before I let you go, what is the best way that people who are looking forward to join the US registered nursing community, what's the best way they can go about their process?
Okay. First of all, you need to do a lot of research. What will
Okay,
apply to nurse A will not apply to nurse B. What will apply
I
to
see.
somebody with a family of one, four, five will not apply to somebody who is just single. You need to
Hmm.
put a lot of factors into consideration before you decide to
Okay.
relocate. Or
Hmm.
somebody might not be able to afford everything. So I always tell them, in
Okay.
as much as I own a consult and I want nurses to come to
Hmm.
me because of business, I will still
Yeah.
advise you not to give up on your dreams and go with an agency. They're gonna bond you two,
Okay.
3 years, but at the end of the day, that 2, 3 years will pass and you'll be a
Mhm.
free man or free woman and then move on
Of
and do
course.
whatever you want to do. So if you
Okay.
can't afford, go with the agency. It's better than not doing it
Okay.
at all. It's
I
way better
see.
than not doing it at all. But if you have the funds and you have the
Hmm.
patience, you
Okay.
should do a sponsorship because it has a lot of advantages more than
Okay.
being with an agency.
With
If you
an
do the
agency. Okay.
sponsorship, you're able to get direct hire jobs and you're able to bargain your
Okay.
pay and you're able to use all your years experience and all that. It
Hmm.
comes to play. And you choose
Okay.
where you want to go. You choose the
I
city you want to go,
see.
you commit to the facility you
Hmm.
want to go and get in there. But with
Okay.
agency, they control a lot of that.
A lot
You
of
don't tell
things.
where you
Okay.
want to go, facility you want to go. They send you to put their
Wow.
office. Yeah.
I see. This is powerful. But the last thing I want to ask, nurses that were able to relocate to Ireland, UK, and the other places, I know that their packages happens, their spouse and children happens to benefit from their relocation. Is it the same if you are relocating to US? Is your spouse and children benefiting from your relocation, joining you, something like that? Is it like
Yes.
that in US?
The reason why most people choose
Okay.
US is that as soon you get a category of visa called EB3. EB stands for employment based visa, and
Okay.
that gives you a green card, and that gives you access to become a citizen if you so wish, and that is what other countries
Wow.
give. That is why most people want to choose.
Okay.
So yes, the opportunity it covers yourself, your spouse, and your
Mhm.
children. The
And your
only thing is
children.
that the employer who is bringing you will pay
Hmm.
the bill for you, the nurse only. They might do your visa filing fee. They might buy your
Okay.
flight ticket. They might do all the
Mhm.
fees and immigration fees and whatever for you, the nurse
Okay.
only. But as
Hmm.
to bringing
Okay.
your spouse and children, that will be on
Hmm.
you to pay for.
On you. Okay.
Yes,
I
but
think it's the same here too. Yeah.
it covers you and your children below 21 years.
So children above 21 years are not included.
They are not. So it covers you and your
Okay.
children below 21 years. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see.
So the people
Yeah.
who are out of school, new graduates or fresh from school yet to settle down,
Hmm.
if you want to do this, this is the right time to do this.
The right time to do
I'm
it.
not
I see.
saying that if you don't have a family, you can't do it. You can still do it. It's just going to be more
Yeah.
expensive to buy plane ticket for
Okay.
5 people. It's not cheap.
It's not easy. Yeah. But
Yeah.
Priscilla, we see that UK is calling nurses, Ireland is calling nurses, Canada, and now the latest, Australia. How would you look at, all these countries calling in for international nurses? Which one will you always advise?
I would not be able to tell somebody to go to one country. Everybody with what they are
Mhm.
looking for. So based on your
Exactly.
personal goal and your career
Hmm.
goal, family goal,
Hmm.
you look at all these countries and choose whichever one works for you. Some people
Exactly.
have family members, their parents are in Australia or
Hmm.
you need a support system too. You need to be around
Exactly.
where family or friends, or if
Hmm.
the weather is friendly, you might not like
Hmm.
snow, you might not like something. So
Yeah.
you can look at the pros and cons, and then maybe some
Okay.
countries will be sponsoring your education or maybe
Hmm.
sponsoring your relocation. Go with the one that best works for your personal goal and
Okay.
goal.
I
I'm not
see.
going to say come to America. I have not lived in all
Good.
other countries. So I don't know what the other countries are offering.
Of
But
course.
do your research, do your research, do your
Hmm.
research. Speak to
Okay.
the right people and then make a decision. Whatever it is, it will be definitely be better than where you live or where your home country is right.
Exactly. That's the point. Thank you so much, Priscilla. I am so glad that you made time for us to have this discussion. Before I let you go, any final words for my viewers,
So thank
especially nurses looking forward to go through the US route and become US registered nurses? Anything to motivate them?
Okay, so as I said, it's doable if you think you have further questions. I have a YouTube channel. My name is Priscilla on that YouTube. I have
Good.
shared videos over the years. You can see in one video there that might be beneficial to you. But for
Of
my
course.
consult, if you're interested, it's www.usrnpathwayconsult.com. I don't know if you can see clearly, but
Okay.
we'll also leave it in the comment section. If you have any questions under this
Of course.
video, just
I'll share it to the description of this video so that people can have direct contact with you.
yes, and I think I have a free Telegram group with over 7,000 people in there. So if you want to also benefit from that, you can just go to my page. The Telegram group link is in there. But find me on my consult. We do other things as well. If you are with any agency or if you are doing it on yourself or your own and you get stuck, you need fingerprint assistance, you can come find me. You need NCLEX tuition, you can come find me. You don't necessarily need to enroll with us from scratch before you can benefit. If you're doing anything at all, you need some consultation, some coaching, you are filling a form, you are stuck. So far as it pertains to USA nursing, trust me, we've got you covered. I have a whole solid team that all we do is research day and night.
Wow.
And the states are different, and every state has its own nursing. So you have to keep up because they change their plans every time. So we are always researching, and we are here to help you and give back and be an eye opener to the people that the things we didn't know before and we wasted time. We don't have to make the same mistake anymore.
Sure. Thank you so much. This is really inspiring, full of knowledge, full of information to help any other international nurse looking forward to relocate to the US and become a US registered nurse. Thank you so much, Priscilla. I will definitely come knocking your door for other more information. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Subscribe to Nurse Abena's channel and let us grow this community. Thank you guys for watching us.
Thank you so much, Priscilla. I'll see you backstage. Bye-bye.